Hello and welcome to Growing with the Amons. Today is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. And if you're not watching this on Mother's Day, still stay tuned. We've got some fun things. So today I'm going to show you how to make 3 simple things that I think a lot of people think are more complicated than they really are. So we're going to make fresh bread, loaf bread that you can use for sandwiches, or what we're going to use ours for is we're going to make homemade butter, which I have done before, so you can check out that video again. So I'm going to make that fresh today, and we're going to make homemade simple jam. So it's a perfect treat for your mother or any other time. So we're going to make fresh bread, butter, and jam. So the first thing we're going to start is our bread. It's a really simple recipe, and it's a lot healthier than all of the crazy stuff that's in our bread that we buy from the store. All of these ingredients you can pronounce. So we have yeast, water, butter, sugar, salt, and flour. Simple, simple, simple. We're gonna mix everything together. We're gonna do the rise, we're gonna do the bake, and we're gonna see this through from start to finish. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna bloom our yeast. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 2 cups of warm water to our mixer. We are going to use 1 packet of yeast, and we're gonna add that in there. And one thing that yeast loves is sugar. So this recipe calls for either half a cup of sugar or less. So between 1/4 and 1/2 cup of sugar, whatever you desire to try. I did do a half a cup last time. It was a little too sweet for my taste. So I'm gonna use a little less than that. And I have my half cup here. And I'm not gonna quite fill it to the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my sugar. And then I'm going to mix this for just a little bit and then let it sit for about 5 minutes to get that yeast bloomed and beautiful and ready to go. So that is mixed, and we're gonna set this aside and let that do its thing. So there we go. The other things we'll need for this recipe are a 1/4 cup of melted butter, or you could substitute with an oil. We're gonna need salt, and of course our flour. And that's basically it. So we're gonna let the yeast do its thing, and in the meantime, we're gonna start prepping our jam. So for our jam, I'm gonna use what I have in the fridge, which are strawberries. And these strawberries are a couple days old from the grocery store. They're not moldy or rotten or anything like that, but they are getting along a little bit more dark. So we're gonna use these up in our jam. And I also have blueberries and grapes. So in my bowl, I have my grapes and my blueberries. I have water and I have lemon juice because I wanna make sure my fruit is nice and clean. And I've been soaking these for about 5 minutes, and they look really great, and the water is dark. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse these out. Perfect, so now that my fruit is rinsed out, I'm gonna go ahead and chop my strawberries up, and we're gonna start our jam. Now, you can use whatever fruits you have in the fridge. You can use raspberries, blackberries, whatever you need. The method is the same. It's really simple. I keep it in the fridge and I use it throughout the week. I do not jar this because there's no point, because we use it up. It does not have any pectin in it. It is not a jelly. It is just gonna be fruit and sugar. And I'm going to do a little twist in ours. And this is also a really fun recipe that the kids can help with. Super simple. Mine are downstairs playing Star Wars. So I'm gonna make this as a special treat. Just a simple pot. And I'm gonna put my my grapes and my blueberries in. And I'm gonna go ahead and rinse off my strawberries as well. So, as you can see, we have a beautiful mixture of fruit, and we only have 2 more things to do. So I'm gonna add a little citrus from this Cara orange into our jam to give it a little brightness, and then we're gonna add our sugar and heat it up on the stove top. Perfect. And for the sugar, we're gonna use half a cup of sugar. And so it doesn't burn, I'm gonna use about a 1/4 cup of water in it. Okay, to the stove top. So we're gonna bring our jam mixture, and we're gonna put the stove on about 4 or just below medium. And we're gonna let that simmer. We're gonna keep an eye on it and stir it every once in a while. And meantime, we're gonna go back to our bread. Alrighty, so our yeast is bloomed. So now to the yeast, sugar, and water, we're gonna add our 4th cup of melted butter. And I use unsalted because I like to control the amount of salt in my recipes. We're gonna add about 5 to 6 cups of flour. I'm gonna start with 5, look at the consistency and see where we need to go. So I'm gonna start with just 1 cup. And you're gonna add it gradually, do not add it all at the same time. Okay, so that was 5 cups of flour. My dough is still really sticky, so I'm gonna start by adding another 1/2 cup of flour and see where the consistency goes for there. Well, I've gone ahead and used 5½ cups of flour for my actual dough, and then I spread fresh flour on my surface. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna knead this for about 5 minutes. And you're just gonna roll it. It's very therapeutic. And you're just gonna get that gluten going. So I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna check on our jam. So after you've kneaded your dough, it's nice and thick and soft, you're going to put it in a greased bowl. You can use a little bit of oil, not much. We just want to make sure the dough doesn't stick as it rises. You're going to let it rise for 1 hour or until the dough is doubled in size. So I'm going to get my oil and do that right now. And I'm going to plop my dough in there. Use a clean tea towel, and I am going to set it over here. It's a little bit under the light, and we're gonna give that an hour. In the meantime, we're gonna clean up our space and we're gonna check our jam. Our jam is coming along swimmingly. And I'm gonna set a timer just to keep an eye on it. And I'm going to put a lid on here and let this kind of sweat and break down. So the jam is looking beautiful, and we're gonna just break it down a little bit longer, and then we're gonna get our immersion blender and blend it all together. So that is our beautiful jam, and we're gonna put it in the fridge to thicken up and cool down. And meanwhile, our bread is still rising. All right. Going in the fridge. We'll see what it tastes like later. Alrighty, so our bread has doubled in size, and I am a goober and realized I forgot to add my salt. So I'm gonna add a little bit as I mix it in. We're gonna split the dough in half, roll it in lengthwise, and we're going to put it in our tins to rise for another 45 minutes. So we're gonna spray our tins down. Again, normally don't do this, add your salt before when you're adding your flour. I forgot. You know, mistakes happen. Okay, so here we go. Beautiful, look at that. We are going to cover these, and we're gonna let it rise for another 45 minutes or until it's an inch above the tin. Okay, it has been 45 minutes and our bread is ready to go in the oven. I've got this timer set for 20 minutes and we'll see how these beauties do. So now that our bread is baked and our jam is made, the last thing we need to do is make our butter. And it's super simple. Your heavy whipping cream into your stand mixer and let it do its thing. When it's done, we'll season it with some salt and then we'll enjoy our delicious, delicious treats. So here's our finished product. We have beautiful baked bread, fresh butter, and some jam. Now the jam is a little bit more liquidy than I liked, but it's still absolutely delicious and will do the trick.
Do the trick?
Do the trick. So here's...
What trick? I'm going to watch you do the trick.
Gorgeous.
What do you like it? What do you say?
I said it's gorgeous. Back up, baby.
What's gorgeous?
It looks real yummy.
That's mine.
Sure.
That's mine. I want a piece of bread. Let me put a piece. That's a jam.
Mm-hmm.
That's our trick.
Mm-hmm. Okay, come here, buddy.
Eat it.
Okay, try a piece. What do you think?
Good.
It's real good? Give it thumbs up? Okay. Got jelly on your nose. Mwah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye. So in a few minutes since I stopped recording, this is how much bread is left. My family has absolutely devoured this. So the butter, the jam, the bread is a massive hit. Please try it with your family. Let me know how you like it. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave some below. Thank you for watching. I hope you like and subscribe, and we'll see what else we do. And also, while I was doing all this, I also baked a beautiful sourdough loaf. So if you want to see more baking content or anything like that, please, like I said, like, subscribe, comment. I hope you enjoy it. Happy Mother's Day, or whatever day you're watching this. I hope it's a fabulous one. And again, this is amazing. It didn't work out exactly like I planned, but it's perfect just the way it is. All right, guys, bye.